All right, I've already shown you how to install it. Now let's do a review for the Vega Trem VT1. Welcome back, I'm Tony, and the Vega Trem, it's something that I had been looking at and researching for some time, and when I went to NAMM this year, 2025, I finally got a chance to play one. I'm a big fan of Rush and Alex Lifeson. I know he has it on his new signature guitar. I know he's using it, and I was like, if it's good enough for him, it's good enough for me. Not just him, Dweezil Zappa, and just there's lots of huge names. If you look at their website, you can look at their artist roster, and it's great. Well, the roster and the bridge, the Vega Trem. Now, over the years, I've had several guitars that have tremolo systems on them, you know, tremolo bridges, everything from Stratocasters to whatever. I've tried a bunch of them. And don't get me wrong, I am a fan of the Floyd Rose. I've obviously got several guitars with it and even a custom Kiesel that I ordered. I said, yeah, I definitely want the Floyd Rose on there, which, by the way, Kiesel does offer the Vega Trem, and had I been familiar with it at the time, I probably would have gotten that. But anyways, I like the Floyd Rose quite a bit, but there are so many different varying degrees of Floyd Roses out there, and their qualities and the knife edges and just so many things. Also, when you have a Floyd Rose, you have to unlock the nut just to tune it. Well, of course you got fine tuners, but that's just for fine tuning, you know, and if you use those a few times, you're gonna have to tune up here anyways to get those back into a position where they're usable. Get what I'm saying? Also, I find the Floyd Roses, while you can do a lot of different things with the springs and stuff to work on the flexibility of them, the actual ease of use of them, and just right off the bat, the Vega Trem, when I used it the first time, I was like, dude, this is buttery smooth. I was in the Vega Trem booth and like, I've got to have one of these. Well, they had a coupon code, so I used that, and I got them for around $259, I think. It was around somewhere around that. And the guitar that I chose to put it on is a $169 Jackson JS11, and people were like, dude, you're gonna spend that much money on that guitar to upgrade it? And I said, well, the thing is, the guitar itself is perfect. It's a great guitar. I love the neck on it. It plays really well. It sounds really good. I just hated the tremolo on it. And when you buy a guitar that's like, oh, I don't know, under 200 bucks, why not? You've got the money to upgrade it. And I'll tell you this, that JS11 that cost me $169 is now in my top 5 guitars, and I've got $2,000 custom guitars, nearly $3,000. So that should tell you a lot. Since I did that install video, I've got several questions that were in the comments and on social media saying, yeah, but can it flutter? Well, it flutters. We're gonna show you that in just a minute. It also does great dives. You can get the strings completely loose, and pull-ups. Somebody was saying, well, that thing can't pull up as much as a Floyd Rose, and yes, it can. You'll see. Now, I do encourage you to watch that video where I installed it. That video is popping up right here. There are 2 versions. There's the 2-point and the 4-point. So the 2-point would be if you have a 2-point floating tremolo, and the 4-point would be if you have one that has the 6 screws across the bottom, much like this one right here. So you got the 6 screws right there. Well, that comes off of there, and you're only going to use 4 of those screw holes. But yeah, if you watch that video, you're going to get some tips and tricks. You'll find out all of the close-up details of it before I put it in there, after I put it in there, how I stabilize it, and all of that. So check it out. No locking nut. Thing stays in tune. I'd say better than my Floyd Roses do. Well, some of them. A couple of my Floyd Roses are the top quality Floyd Rose, and they do great. And that is where that whole so many different versions of a Floyd Rose out there is. But again, if you've got the Floyd Rose, yeah, you have the fine tuners down there, but you can't really do like, say you want to do drop D, you're going to have to unlock the nut up there or have a D-tuner on there. And if you've got a floating trim, you can't put a D-tuner on there. So trade-offs. Locking nuts can be tricky. I've stripped out screws and actually the actual nut on them before, so there's that. And as long as you've got a well-cut nut, and I use Big Ben's nut sauce, you should be fine. This thing stays in tune amazingly. And while it might not look very robust, this thing is made with surgical stainless steel. It is a very, very solid piece of work here. Clearly, they've made me a fanboy, and I bought them. So let's do this. I want to demo this thing. I want to show you how well it works. It works fantastically, and I'm just really thrilled. Well, one of the things that I did is because I'm a big fan of Rush, being a big fan of Alex Lifeson, I'm learning one of his solos, so let's check it out. Now, there's just the last part of this lead that I didn't learn, but I've been learning this lead specifically because I'm a big fan of Alex Lifeson. I know he used the Vega Trem, and well, you know, the lead from Limelight, also Subdivisions, that's the next one I'm going to learn, is just, I love it, so. could take this clean. I'll tell you this makes me experiment. This makes me try different things. Whereas with the Floyd Rose, it was more of a utility type thing. Like, I know I'm gonna need a tremolo for this, but on this, I've just been like, man, so let's go back to this rig here. Completely loose strings, which you gotta love that. Let's turn, hold on a second, sorry. Clean that up a little bit. And really, it stays in tune very well. I might need to put a little bit more nut sauce on my nut up here. Keep that lubed, and we're good to go. Now, I do have locking tuners on here, which, you know, there's some debate about that, whether locking tuners actually help your tuning stability. I think they do, because I don't have string wrapped around my posts because I have locking tuners, right? So there is no string slackening on there when I pull down or up, you know? So. Now, somebody was asking me about, does it flutter? Sure. As far as pull-ups go, there was still room to go on that. Or even something that I like to play a lot and just want to have something different with it, so. I don't know, yeah. It's just fun to experiment and play, and I have no complaints whatsoever. In fact, I bought 2 of them, and I'm gonna put the other one, I think, on that seafoam green debut Fender Stratocaster Squire, whatever it is, that I got not too long ago. I don't know if it's thick enough, but we'll see. And that'll be a good test for it, but I love this thing, man. I love it. So there it is. To me, I mean, if I could put it on every one of my guitars, there's a few that I would leave the Floyd Roses on. I like them on there. And this isn't a Floyd Rose bashing thing. You know, I have to compare the two because to me, they're the 2 best tremolos, well, that I've tried, that I've had. There may be others. I'm open to whatever. But to me, the Vega Trem, man, it's the move. It's the move. And I think the coolest side effect of this is that, yeah, I used my Floyd Roses, but it was more intentional. It was like, okay, here's a song where I'm gonna need that Floyd Rose, or, you know, I wrote a song and I need to use a Floyd Rose for that. And I find that I'm just stiffer when I'm using the Floyd Rose, but when I'm using the Vega Trem, man, it's just buttery. It's more, and for whatever reason, it just makes me want to use it and incorporate it. So I've been using it in a lot of different stuff where I before would be like, I'm not going to worry about using a tremolo on this one. Now I'm like, where can I use the tremolo, right? So that's the Vega Trem, that's the VT1. And I don't know which guitar yet that I'm going to put that, the other one on, the 4-point, but it's probably going to be that seafoam green Stratocaster. I'm digging that guitar. By the way, if you'd like to see a review of that, that's popping up right here. So I guess I should say thank you, Vega Trem, for opening up my perspective on using a tremolo bridge in all of my stuff. Hey, I want to thank you so much for your support here on the channel. Likes, comments, shares, subscriptions, always very important to my channel. So if you like what you see, hit that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, there's a red subscribe button down there and a notification bell. Click both of those. You'll get notifications when I upload new videos. I'm always grateful for your support, and the easiest way to do that is by liking this video and making a comment, so please do that. Well, that's going to do it for this episode. We'll catch you next time on the Vapor Trail channel.